You guys, I did it. I went outside for a jog, the gym, a date. Fuck no. I went back to the comic book store. And I got some more Faster Than Light. Spoilers for issues 4 and 5 of Faster Than Light. So the universe finally opens up in these issues. The crew is no longer kept in the dark, and the mission plan laid out in issue 1 finally begins. The search for allies and technology to help defend against that. The crew of the Discovery makes their way to planet Zenida, home of the Nulian Collective, what we used to call Kepler 663a, a whopping 3,470 light-years from Earth. An interesting point the book raises is that many of the stars, planets, etc. we have observed and named may already be named. I mean, perhaps after characters in alien mythology predating our own history, the Discovery reaches the Nulian homeworld and makes contact. The Nulians are reluctant at first, but agree to meet aboard the Discovery to discuss the possibility of an alliance. There isn't actually much to say about the Nulians. They come aboard, and there is zero conversation. The delegates that were sent sit in silence for the entirety of the meeting, and none of the Discovery's crew speaks up, as it is considered impolite in Nulian culture to speak before someone with a higher status. Something interesting portrayed in the meeting, though, is how human customs may not work with alien cultures. I mean, almost certainly not. The captain's inner dialogue does a good job exploring this here, wishing for the Nulians to say something so he can stop grinning like a fool, and then immediately thinking that maybe grinning is bad for them, and then wondering which eye he should be looking at, then freaking out because he's unsure if they can read minds. Hello? Can you hear my thoughts? And then finally remarking on the fact that they're giant bugs, which kind of freaks him out. And freaks me out too, dude. Don't worry, you're not alone. As I said, our customs probably wouldn't work with every alien species we'd come across, but there's a few that probably would. It's been theorized that the handshake became so widely accepted as a friendly greeting long ago, even across language barriers here on Earth, because you're extending the hand you would normally be holding a weapon with, empty, inviting cooperation, showing that you come in peace. This, of course, would only work with aliens who evolved hunting, war, or appendages capable of grabbing, for that matter. But anyway, back to the book. The Nulians leave the Discovery, and a message from their government comes in saying they will get back to us. It's mentioned that it can take decades to form relations on Earth between nations, and we share common languages, cultures, and experiences. We share the same evolution, and all of the same emotions, instincts, and fears that come about from that. We can reason with each other much easier than an alien with completely unique culture, evolution, history, and emotions. Distance is not an issue in the series because, faster than light. But if it is indeed the case that nothing can travel faster than light in our universe, this presents a real problem in communication between extraterrestrial civilizations. How do you effectively communicate when it can take 50, 500, 5,000 years just to hear a reply? In the time it takes to hear back, you could go extinct from some unforeseen disaster. Or they could. In the meantime, perception could sour, and when you hear back, the people of that distant time could see them as conquerors rather than allies. It happens here on Earth. Facts are lost or warped by history, the temporal equivalent of the telephone game. But anyway, the crystal from the earlier issues is still being studied, and is still a mystery to both the crew and the reader. It also fucks. Then, while investigating a signal coming from deep space, the Discovery happens upon some more potential allies. The friendly and furry, well, they don't actually ever say what they are called, or if they did, I completely missed it, but this is Captain Ping. Say hello. Do it. With all the Star Trek references in this series, I'm glad Star Wars is getting some love. A Wookiee would make a fine addition to the Discovery's crew. They are very friendly and offer to host a party on their ship to welcome humanity into space. They also have little goblin friends that sit on their shoulders to whisper information for completely friendly reasons. And so the festivities begin. The Discovery's crew and Ping's people share some drinks, some stories, and the goblins steal the weird sex crystal. The Wookiees' reasoning for stealing the crystal is that humanity doesn't even know what it is. So in the hands of people who do know, it would be safer and put to better use. But giving them the crystal is understandably a bad idea. We as the readers or the Discovery's crew may not know what it is exactly, but that's the point. It could be a weapon for all we know. And the Wookiees being so adamant about stealing it proves that it could be a destructive one indeed. So there's some sci-fi fighting, and we get the crystal back. But the Wookiees aren't about to let it go that easy. The Discovery, being no match for their ship, is on the brink of being destroyed. Before, surprise, it's the bug people. They fuck up the furries, help with repairs on the Discovery, and just as they prepare to depart, they formally agree to an alliance. People of Earth, after thoroughly examining your historical records, we have deemed you worthy of our friendship. You are flawed creatures, but continue to strive to do better. Should you need us, we will be there for you. They also reveal that they were a bit skeptical at first, informing the crew that their appearance reminded them of creatures that would eat them in their evolutionary history. I mean, apes eat bugs. We are apes, they are bugs. It makes sense. Just goes to show that the Nulians and humanity were more alike than you think. Alike in their illogical fears of each other. Alike in recognizing how illogical it was. They apologize for having such a primitive prejudice against humanity, and head home. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to be notified when I upload the next video on Faster Than Light, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button. I thoroughly enjoyed these 2 issues. It's nice to see the comics universe finally start to open up. But for now, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.